in the... Oh, it's not here. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, folks. Thanks for coming back in, my friends. Welcome back into the channel. Welcome back to MBP Fishing. We're back, folks. A little less wind today than yesterday. We were out with Steve, and that was like 15, 20 miles per hour over. Yeah, it was like 30 miles per hour yesterday. It's still about 10 or 15 miles per hour. Temperature is about 50, 40, 48, something like that. But figured it'd be a good day to try out fowl and carp after the weekend and everything. How you doing, my friends? Happy Monday. Welcome back to MBP Fishing. Yes, this is our channel, folks. This is our channel. Appreciate you coming back in. I'm gonna get these rods out and I'll come check that chat, okay? We look a little bit of a off angle there, so I need to kind of fix that. It's pretty good for that one. Just getting started, folks. Not nearly as bad as yesterday. We couldn't even do a live stream yesterday. It was too windy. That looks pretty good. That's our little double rig. I have a rooster tail on the other rod. We're going to try that out here for a little bit too. Pretty good. Well, let me take a couple casts out here before I check that chat, okay? It's not too bad. It's pretty sunny. Yeah, that wind's gonna be our nemesis today, folks. Helicopter, helicopter, helicopter. Pretty helicopter. Oh, something was that. I wonder what that was. Yeah, we're just getting started, folks. First cast. I think I'll take one more cast with this before I check that corn, and I'll grab my backup cell phone, and we'll see what's going on with the chat, okay? It feels like it's spinning pretty good. Got one, huh? do. Alright, let's come get ourselves back up cell phone and we'll check that chat. Make sure all our camera angles look good. Alright, here we go, folks. Let's see. How you doing, my friends? Thanks for coming back in. Let's see, Chris, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Chris says good luck. Let's see, Pierre Coops, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see, Ed, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Ed says, Mike, brother. Let's see, Chris, Pierre, and Ed, first, second, and third. Let's see, Pierre says, hi. How you doing, Pierre? Let's see, Chris says, hi, Pierre. Let's see, Chris says, Edward. Ed says, Chris, Pierre, brother. Pierre says Edward. Edward says sunny and 39 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty cool out here right now. Let's see, Ewas, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Ewas says, howdy, MBP and everyone. Let's see, Chris says, hi, Ewas. Miss Gigi, what's going on? How you doing? Miss Gigi with a retracted message. How you doing, Miss Gigi? Let's see, Ewas says, hi. It says Ewas, brother. Miss Gigi says, hi, Mike in chat. It says, Miss Gigi, hello. Let's see, Chris says, Miss Gigi. Miss Gigi says, Ed, Chris. Let's see, 8 people in and seeing 10 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're just getting started, folks. First cast out here. Yeah, it's pretty chilly out here. I hope that wind block's doing its job. Yeah, we're just a little bit off angle there, aren't we? All right, that looks better. Just kind of adjusting that. Miss Gigi says Ed and Chris. Hope you guys had a great weekend, my friends. Yep, it's Monday. I know, it's Monday. Start of a new week, folks. Let's see, Ed says, sound is good, Mike. I appreciate that, Ed. Thank you, my friend. Let's see, Ewa says, howdy, Edward. And be amazed at what just a glove over the back of the cell phone over the mic feed does for that wind. See, 11 people in and 10 thumbs up. Ewa says, howdy, Edward. See, Ewa says, Miss Gigi. Yeah, we do have to compete with the audio volume with the dang geese, obviously. But besides that, yeah, the geese can be loud down here. Oh, pop. Get it reeling in. Get that little stinker reeling it in. Usually when they hit it like that and you drop it, they'll keep on hitting it, but that one didn't. Interesting. I got a nip, but that was on the way in. That makes me kind of suspicious of the depth I'm fishing. Maybe they're in shallower. That was probably like right there. Interesting. I can always try a crappie jig out here. I can always drift across. That would be probably a better idea, like drifting a corn out here. Probably what I'm going to be doing with this one after I see if there's anything that wants to hit an artificial out here. not too much wind to just kind of drift fish a bob form. More cast with this. I'll come check that cat again, okay? I'm gonna have to watch that wind. It might try to knock the tripod over. One pretty good. One on the chat. See 12 people in, 12 thumbs up. Skiggy says hi, Pierre, and see Richard, what's going on? Hi, buddy. Appreciate you coming in, Richard. Richard says, get him, buddy. It says, Richard, hello. Yeah, Rich is an old fishing buddy. He's back in town. He's been in Alaska for a while. He also was sick with, but he's feeling better. We might be seeing him on some upcoming fishing trips, folks. Hopefully we will. He's one of my old river buddies. We used to fish a lot down on the Mississippi. See, Chris says, Richard, hello. Yeah, Richard, Chris, Pierre, they're all part of our WhatsApp group. Miss Giggy also, she's a part of our WhatsApp group. I don't know if you've seen Cindy in yet. Let's see, Richard says soon, my brother. Edward says, that's awesome. Can't wait for the Mike team. Yeah, Rich used to be pretty dang good catching them buffalo carp out there. Let's see, Rich says, how's it going, fellas? You know, guys know how Monday is. Always a little slow to start, a little faster to end. I'm sure there are fish around here. We just gotta kind of bounce around a little bit. This bite, come on! Oh, you little stinker! Ooh, that was tightening it up pretty good. And I just missed that one. I thought I saw that line starting to tighten up from over there, and I figured I better walk over here just in case. And that fish kept on tightening it. Yeah, remember, that was like right close to the bank, so with that heavy wind we were getting yesterday, they might have pulled them in shallow. Because a lot of them will be pushed out deep to get away from the stuff. Ah, crap. What the heck did I hit? Dropped that right by the bank. Well, there went that rooster tail. That's telling me put something else on. Let's see what else I can put on here. Be real quick about this. It's a little heavy, to be honest. I'm gonna have to use one of my weightless bobbers for this one. Yeah, I didn't expect to do that quickly. That thing just got. They threw some chunks of rock off the edge of this thing, and you keep getting snagged on it on occasion. Trying to see the size of jig heads. I don't want to use too big a one. I don't think I'm going to find a better one right now unless I dig around forever. I had a smaller jig head. Doesn't sink this. This doesn't sink this cob. Like sinker, man. Always when you're trying to do something, right, folks? Just spend a little bit too much time trying to get everything situated and look over your lines going the other direction. Get off of there. Yeah, that edge of that horn can is razor sharp. I don't want to get that line near that. I've already had that happen once recently. Hang on, folks. I'm trying to get both these rods re-rigged. I'll try to do this as quick as I can. That looks pretty good. Got to tie this jig head on, and then I can put the bobber on it and get it out here with some, like, drift fish it over here to the left. I like to have a little smaller jig head on, but I don't want to really dig through my box to find it. It would take too long, and I don't want to keep you guys at guys in suspense that long. All right, jig head's tied on. That looks like she's on there. On there pretty good. Come on. I got him. Well, not a trout, but actually it is a trout. Oh, baby. Hi, buddy. A fish is a fish. First fish of the day, folks. Yeah, that's about a half pounder. Cool little guy. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of trout in here, folks, still, but that's our first of the day. Dude, man, they don't want to give you a break, do they? Come on, buddy, let me show you off, and I'll get you back in the water. Jeez, dude. That's our first of the day, nice little half pounder. Gorgeous little fishy, folks. All right, buddy. One more shot. All right, see you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, we got the other rod rigged up, so why don't I check that chat? Haven't talked to you guys in a plug minute. Let's see, Richard, how's it going, fellas? It says going pretty good, Richard. Hopefully you get better. You feel better. Let's see, Care Bear, what's going on? How you doing, Care Bear? Care Bear says hi. Edward, Ed says, Care Bear, good afternoon. Let's see, Care Bear says, Ed. Let's see, Rich says, I'm getting bad, Edward. Had Lyme disease. Yeah, I didn't want to talk to you about that. I thought that might be a personal type thing, Chris. I mean, Rich, but Miss Giggy with the fish on. Skiggy says, good to hear you're doing better, Rich. Let's see. Chris says Care Bear. Let's see. 12 people in and 19 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right. I think that looks good for... Oh. We have someone in here. Let's see. Real of Life. What's going on? How you doing? Real says MVP. How you doing, Real? Happy Monday. Yep, I know it's the beginning of the week. It says, Real of Life, good afternoon. All right, we're going to set that up right there, and we're going to get these rods out. Get that box away for now. And we caught one at least, no skunk on the feed. I'm always worried about them stinky old stinky yucky stanky skunk. I know. Shouldn't be too much, but I always am. Getting that first fish out of the way can be tricky sometimes. Just kind of getting in the groove of catching them. Yeah, right now we're using whole kernel sweet corn, and I'm going to be drift fishing one, and I have a double rig on the other one here. Temperature's pretty cool. We've got a pretty decent amount of wind. It was super cool last night. It got close to freezing, to be honest. And like 25, 30 mile per hour winds. Yeah, it sucked. One rod out. Kind of resituated here. And that's obviously going to be drift fish deeper than that. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to sink that bobber. Probably too deep, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out here, folks. Yeah, it's not too windy. Sometimes the bobber will work better. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. It's worth figuring it out. Trying to see. It's okay, I guess. It's good depth to start with. Ow. Seriously? That wasn't smart, Michael. Lovely. Trying to be fancy schmancy with it and hook my finger. Dude. I knocked the kernel off there, so I gotta do that again. Gotta make sure when you do this, you grab it by the tip of the jig head rather than the body of it. That out a little further than that. Not much, just a little bit. Another kernel come off on me. Try to be fancy with it, Michael. Just cast the dang thing. Sheesh. I'm trying to be fancy with stuff. You just wind up making things worse. I just want that right in where that edge begins. That bobber's just gonna start setting up, just like that. Right there. See that bobber just start to set up? It means we're right off that edge. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good to me. Hope you guys can see that bobber. She's gonna drift down a little bit too, see. Even if you catch. still should be able to see a little bit better. See 28 people in, 21 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Chris says ROL. Let's see, Real says Edward. Let's see, Real says hi, Chris. Pierce says, let's see, Pierce with a thumb up. Let's see, Real says Pierre. Chris says, be back later. All right, thank you, Chris. Like, how we going? Back up. Dang. That popped it. That was gone. That sucker popped it. Got a kernel of corn off. That's not too. I see a bite on that one. Yep. Sorry about that. Had that bobber go down fast. Wrong. Heck. Hate it when I'm watching something that just drops when I'm watching. Alright, Chris says, I'll be back later. Alright, Chris, appreciate it, my friend. Get back soon. If you're new to the channel, my friends, this is St. Louis, Missouri. We're in a little lake called O'Fallon Park. They stock this with rainbow trout. There are largemouth bass, channel catfish, bluegill, carp, and crappie in this lake as well. Just put in my own little spot there. Yeah, we've caught one so far. We've only been fishing about 15 minutes, so let's see. Yep, 18 minutes. That's not too bad. 35 people in, 21 thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friends. All right, let's see. Oh, those camera angles. That just looks okay. It's just a little bit. I don't know. Let's see how this is from the back. Yeah, we need to be just a hair that way. Straighten the angles out here just a little bit. Okay, that's better. Just a little bit of an adjustment, not too much. Let's see, Claudia. How you doing, Claudia? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Claudia says, yeah, I can't read that. Yeah, that's more Klingon. Let's see, Miss Gigi says, hope you're doing better, Mike. chest is still pretty sensitive, Miss Giggy, but I'm making do. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked in the description on my main channel. Just tap my my main icon. That'll send you right to the main channel. And where the bio information, we have and more. Just tap that. It's got those 2 active links. It'll send you right to that site. If you do, if you don't, it's okay. No worries. I just like to mention it once a feed. That type of stuff helps out bills with coffee, food, with fishing gear, you name it. I like to just mention it once a feed, no worries. It's the end of the month, so anything you guys can donate will definitely help. I was getting them a little bit further over here to the left. I thought I put the bobber over there, and they don't like the bobber right now. That one popped it, dropped it so fast. I didn't get up, get the little snicker. Oh, I was a pop man. I was just bouncing that stuff and sucker hit it. I just thought I'd like kind of work that corn in a little bit. You hit it too. I haven't had to do that for a while. Actually work corn like a live bait. Should have let that one hit it. It's like, come on. Stinker man. Yeah, they're over here to the left further. I was casting in there shallower, so they're definitely in here over the left more. Another one was just straight out running with it, and I just missed him. Yeah, the wind's going to be a little bit of a difficulty. We're going to have to contend with that today. Much better. About right. Interesting, they want me to work the corn today. There it goes. I saw that. I saw her tightening. Got him. Got him, folks. That's fighting pretty good. That's a nice one. That's our first nice trout of the day. Gorgeous size there. Yeah, I think I'll be taking this one. That's our first nice one, and it's getting later in the season, so these guys, I can harvest a few of these without having to worry about too much. But give it up, give it up, give it up. There we go. That's our second of the day, folks. Number 2. Gorgeous little rainbow trout. That's about a pound. Gorgeous little guy. Come on, get a stinker, quick. Jeez, dude. Yeah, I think I'll take this one home with me. He took a little deep anyway, so. That's why you let go the ones that don't swallow it on you. All right, hook is out. He didn't have it too bad, actually. I could probably let him go, but it's getting later in the season, so I can take a few of these home with me. All right, let's get this rod back out. I'll check that chat again. Yeah, no blood on him. It's just he had a little deep, and I'd much rather harvest the ones that are going to do that. Make sure they get bigger. Another helicopter! Helicopter, helicopter! Get the whirly bird, folks! Look at that dang whirly bird! Hang on, let me get this rod back out. I can check that chat, okay, folks? Yeah, just what my hands needed, like 45 degree temperatures, and now they're soaking wet. Oh well. That one just couldn't have sat still. Like I could give it up, like. Those things trying to understand why these fish do what they do. Just try to figure it out. Alright, we're back. We are back, folks. Let's see. Thunderstuck, how you doing, my friend? Justin Thunderstuck says on break, dropping my thumbs up, brother. I appreciate it, my friend. I hope the rest of the workday goes quick as lightning. Let's see. Ewas says, "Hey, Thunder 2." Miss Gigi says, Justin. Justin says, Ewas. See, John C, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Appreciate you coming in. See, John C says Mike. Justin says hello, Miss Gigi. Let's see, Thundersuck says John brother. Let's see, Red Bull, what's going on? How you doing, Princess? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Yep, that's a really nice fish. Yeah, I do harvest a few of these fish, especially this time of the year. Those trout aren't going to last much longer once the weather starts to get a little bit warmer. Better to take them out so they don't get wasted, right, folks? Let's see, Les, what's going on? Les says MVP. How you doing, Les? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. You guys are having a great Monday, my friends. Let's see, John C says, Miss Gigi, hello. Red Bull says, yep, a beautiful fish. Let's see, Justin says, I'm okay. John C says, Red Bull, hello. Red Bull Princess, hello. Miss Gigi says, John. Justin says, don't forget to double tap that screen, y'all. Yeah, it helps out the channel. It's so easy, my friends. Just, that's all you need to do. Let's see, Justin says, Pierre. Miss Pierre with the heart kissy hand emoji thingy. Let's see, Justin says, thank you. Happened to be the Grindstone. Have a great day, everyone. Good to see y'all again. 100%. Missed y'all so much. Love everyone. Let's see, Ewa says, how deep is the water there? It's about maybe 4.5 to 5 feet. It's not too deep in this back cove. When it gets around this edge, it'll go down a little bit more. So if you step off here, you're gonna go over your waist. It goes underneath a little bit. So fish like to hide underneath there. Let's see, Wall says, hey, John C. Let's see, Skipjack Cindy, what's going on? How you doing, Cindy? Cindy says, hey, guys. How you doing, Cindy? Hi. Let's see, John C says, you want to say hey. We've caught 2 so far, Cindy. 2 rainbow trout, about half pound and a pound. That's the Evo says, okay, no wonder those trout won't survive. Yeah, it gets into the 90s down here easily by April or May, so yeah, they don't make it so good. Let's see, Cindy says awesome. Cindy says good morning, Evos. Yeah, temperature's about 40, 45 degrees. You can see, Cindy, it's still pretty windy out here. And it was twice as bad as this last evening, which means, guess what? Yeah, this is coming your way, Cindy. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am. I'm so sorry it's coming your way, Cindy. I know. I love the 85, 90 degree temps too. I love that stuff the other day. I was in so much joy of it being in 90, and then it has to get, yeah, has to do this again. That's a nice one, just hit the surface out there. It's always good to get out here and do a little fishing, right, folks? As long as it's not too uncomfortable, it's hand numbing, but it's not too bad. And that's just the wind. I mean, if the wind wasn't blowing, it'd be fine. They actually heavily stock this lake in just a short amount of time, within like the next 2 weeks, with channel catfish, to make sure that there are something in here that's going to eat all the trout that die. That's why you get some really big, like 8 and 10 pound channel catfish out of this lake sometimes. Yeah, we're just kind of bouncing around some corn on a, I believe this is a 1/8 ounce crappie jig, not a 1/16 ounce, and then I've got the little double rig out there, 1/16 ounce. Not too much, just a hair. Yeah, the middle of the lake gets to be about 10 feet deep, but that's way out there in the very, very center of the lake, and it doesn't, it's still not really deep enough for those trout to survive those hot summers. Interesting. Go, Connor. You get there, get off. Try a little further out. I've been trying in close. And that wind is going to be our nemesis today, folks. Just kind of seeing a lot of these bites is going to be tricky. bottom. When I get it that deep, that was a line's going slack. that was a bite on that one. The line just went slack. Crap. It actually helps sometimes to leave this corn out on the concrete because it'll dry out a little bit. It'll toughen it up. Because this cheap corn sometimes it's very, it can come off the hook very easily. That was a bite on that one. I saw that line going slack. So. I will not reel that line in quickly down here. I know I'm not going to get snagged, so I'm just trying to see if there's going to be any followers in. I was getting bites over here to the left. Let me keep with the spot I was getting bites. That's okay, yeah. Check that chat. Gonna be fighting this this wind today, folks. See Cants, what's going on? How you doing? Cant says hi. Let's see, City says good afternoon. That is laugh out loud. Let's see, Cant says good luck. Appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, it's been windy. Got here overnight. Yeah, 30 degrees cooler today. Isn't that crazy how that did that, Cindy? 90 some degrees one day, 50, 40s, 30s, 30s the next. Let's see, Spawn, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Spawn says, hi, good grip. Hello from Hungary. Awesome, my friend. This is St. Louis, Missouri. We're in a little lake called Fallon Park. Let's see. John says, what kind of fish are in Turkey? I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Let's see. Kant says carp, trout, fret, Jimmy's pike, bluefish, and sea bass. That's a pretty good amount of fish there. Let's see, Danny. All right, thank you, Danny. Let me make sure to switch my account here. I can pin that up.
Hey,
how you doing?
Am I right? You still got those cats?
Yeah, they're still female. I haven't. Yeah, she hasn't had them yet. So.
Okay.
Here we go. I can switch back again. And there we go. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate it, my friend. And see, Danny says, I hope you're having a good day. Hi, Danny. Thanks for coming in, my friend. We're doing okay. We caught 2 rainbow trout so far. One about a half pound, one about a pound. So at least I kept one of them. So at least we won't go hungry today. Let's see, 12 people in. Let's see, and 36 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could start moving a little bit further down here to the right, to the left too. I don't know. It gets a little deeper out here in the middle, then it goes back shallow again. So it's not much. It's only like maybe an inch or something, but the fish seem to notice. You can just cast down there, but I don't see anything to do as good when I do that. We're gonna put this a little bit further down here to the left, and we're gonna put the down here a little further too. Instead of having to continuously move every foot or two, let's just cast a little bit further to the left. I'm not getting any like little channel catfish yet, but I'm sure they'll start up. It got pretty cool last night, remember? So it's very, very possible they just need to start waking up a little bit. And sometimes they can take a couple minutes, a little while to wake up when the sun comes back out. All right, let's get back to the chat. There we go. Make sure I'm not blocking those rods. Fishy Things, what's going on? How you doing, Fishy Things? Fishy Things says hi. Nancy, you Shen Dan, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? You says hi. How you doing, you? Let's see, John says hi, Danny. Yeah, that's my backup account. I like to pop it in once or twice to feed. I don't know if it can't hurt, right? 21 people in, 40 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, you guys can see those rods still. Stinker man. You got too fast. Should have gotten that one with just a hair faster. It's a little pain when you're doing this kind of stuff. That wind, I couldn't really identify that was a bite until, and then it was already trying to pull, just missed it. That curl's like way too big. Save that for the jig head part. Sometimes it'll take you longer to bait up the hook than it will to get a bite. That's just a wicked current. Looks good. That was over to the left a little bit more, remember? So let me put that right back where it was. Fine. Got some gunk on it. That's why it wouldn't hit it. an angle here. I think I can see that line pretty good. Let's see. Where were we in the chat here? Miss Giggy says, hey Mike, how you doing? 21 people in. Let's see. Miss Daisy, what's going on? How you doing? Miss Daisy says hi. Miss Daisy says hi. Hello, everyone. Let's see. NJ, what's going on? How you doing, Mark? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. How you doing, Mark? Let's see. NJ says, Mr. Mike, how are you doing, pal? Just driving home. What's everyone in chat? We've caught 2 so far. Nice rainbow trout, about a half a pound, about a pound. Yeah, that wind sucks out here today. About 10 or 15 mile per hour wind. So we're making it work, Mark. We're getting some decent bites. See, John says, in NJ we have shrimpers that moved inland and eat too many fish. They used to be seen at the shores, on the rocks, more frequently further north, eating trout. Dang. Let's see, John says, Daisy May, hello. Let's see, John says, NJ Fishing, hey man. Let's see, John C says, NJ Guard, hello. All right, 23 people in, 42 thumbs up. I appreciate that, my friends. That was a bite in that. Dang it. I just happened to look over. Bet you got most of that bait off. No, it didn't either. Well, he'd shoot on a middle piece. Look at that. See right where he bit it, right in the middle. Sneaky little trout. Snickers. These were all like skin pieces. Not good for nothing. Fish don't even eat that. Top man. I missed him, but I did. I missed him. They're definitely over here further to the left, so I was just kind of bouncing that, and I felt something ping at it a couple times. man. I mean, no one fishing over there today. That spot gets hit pretty bad, so. Kind of a double-edged thing where you got more fish over there, but they're fish for a lot more. That. Tighten, come on. Oh, stinker. Picking it up and dropping is what he was doing. I see why I'm missing him. They picking it up and dropping it, picking it up and dropping it. Like they're playing with it out there. That's right. Now I notice what they're doing, so I can compensate. Figure out how to hook these little stinkers. Those look pretty good, so I think we're okay. Come check that chat again. Gotta keep my eyes on that line. See, Rena, what's going on? How you doing? Rena says, hello, good fishing from France. Awesome, my friend. This is St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, Lake Colorado, Fallon Park. I see Glenn, what's going on? How you doing? Glenn says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friend. I see Fanat. How you doing, Fanat? And English, if you could. If you can, emojis are fine, my friend. See 15 people in, 43 thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friends. All right, well, we're looking pretty good so far right now. Yeah, they're just picking it up and dropping it right now. I see what the little stinkers are doing. Like, see that? Just picked it up. Came in with it a little bit. Going real close again. Got our two best fish in real close. Try putting on like a bass rooster tail over here. The water temperature's got to be getting like getting warmer. I could put a bass rooster tail on. No worries. There are some decent sized bass in this lake. Give me something to cast around. We can always come back to this one. That technique. Assuming I can find one of my bass rooster tails. Things are. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one was actually catching some decent crappie on the other day too. Might be an interesting idea. We're trying it. By the edge. Alright, I think we're going to cast around this rooster tail for a bit. This is a bass-sized rooster tail. It's a little bigger than we usually use down here, but with the warming temperatures, there's a decent chance there's a pretty good bass down here. My personal best last year was just a hair over 7 pounds out of this lake. Assuming I can get around the stupid chunks of rock they left around the edges when they redid the wall. Now the trout will hit this rooster tail too, just not as much. It's kind of big for them. Plus that'll open me up over here so I can cast. Just further over here to the left. I think there's more. There's more trout over here to the left. The way I can push it right here. Stuff. Yeah, that's just skin, folks. It's no good for bait. Even the bluegill. The only thing it'll eat just is the freaking bluegill. Instead of letting it roast out there on the concrete, might as well throw it in there. Chunk of rock. That was a terrible cast. A little bit too far over here. And this one I can bomb out there with this. With this Apon test, that bass rooster will cast about halfway out to the middle of the lake. When you get the spin right in these shallows, it's a little trickier than you think. Actually, with a larger rooster tail, you're better off with heavier line because it doesn't sink as quickly. See that? Just getting gunk on it. Clean out the garbage. Like, come on. Picked it up again. I saw him just tighten that for a second, then drop it. Do that. There's got to be a decent path down the shoreline somewhere. Buzzing pop. Felt that pop there. Come on. Pick it up and drop it. Got him. Finally hit it, folks. Man, it took him a while to finally pick it up. Hey, our first catfish, our first meow meow. How about it? Yeah. Yeah, that's why he's like picking up and dropping it for 10 minutes. That's our first catfish. Yeah, he'll almost run a pound. Probably a little short of a pound. If he had any meat on his bones, he'd definitely be a pound. That's our first catfish, folks. I was watching, that's why I kind of kept watching that rod. He kept picking it up and dropping it. That's a nice channel catfish, folks. That's a perfect eater size. And that's pretty much what you get in the stores, but I'll leave them for somebody else. Check out those spots on this guy. Check out like the meticulous those spots are on that shell catfish. Just very healthy too. They are very healthy in this lake. Yeah, they overstock these with channel catfish. Probably in about 2 weeks to take care of the trout. Give you guys another angle of that fish. Yeah, he's talking to you guys. Hear him? All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, I feel better now. Man, gone a couple minutes without catching a fish. Can drive you nuts. I'll skip to that right here. Let's see, Kiosco, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Kiosco says, thank you. Let's see, Wild, what's going on? Wild says, nice cat. I appreciate it, Wild. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Yeah, I know it's Monday again. I'm so sorry, folks. Let's see, EMCA. How you doing, my friend? Let me make sure to get you a sub here. Emka. Emka says hi. How you doing, Emka? See 11 people in, 45 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. All right, let's see. Guess we can get back to fishing. We can bring our cell phone with us. Yeah, this is just a little double corn rig on a 1/16 ounce jig head. So it'll get them when they're hitting like finicky, like right now. A lot of times I'll just use a single hook on here, Carolina rig, whatever. But when they're hitting finicky, this double rig is worth its weight in gold. I just want to make sure each one of those hooks are barely exposed. Where was that cast? It's like, it wasn't too far out. It's like right over here. It's pretty good. See, John, what's going on? How you doing, John? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. John says hi. So far today, folks, we've caught 2 rainbow trout and a channel catfish. Yeah, we've been in about an hour, give or take, like 58 minutes. It's not too bad. It's a little slow, but it was 90 degrees yesterday, and it's 45 right now. So definitely a change in temperature can shock these guys quite a bit. Let's see, Terry, what's going on? Not a bite. Come on. Pop that sucker when I wasn't looking. Got him. Got him, folks. Yeah, that sucker's running. Hey, a rainbow trout. That's our third. That's our third rainbow trout of the day, folks. Come here, buddy. Show you guys this. Show you guys this little fish. Yeah, it's another little half pounder. Gorgeous fish, folks. So we've caught 3 rainbow trout and a channel catfish so far. Ah, jeez, dude. They don't like to hold still, do they? Good googly, man. They are so slimy, too. Gotta love doing this, folks. All right, buddy. Get the hook out of you. Where is it? Upper jaw. All right, hooks out. Bye-bye. Thank you. Wake up. Yeah, they go belly up sometimes when you put them in the water for a second. You guys know how stocker trout are. You gotta give them a tap. A lot of times when you give them like a little bit of a toss, not too much, it'll wake them up. Sometimes you just gotta let them sit in the water for a second. Then they'll start waking up. Hey, we're catching a few fish even in this windy, thermally changing conditions, right, folks? Pick up. Dang it. There he goes. That is back. It wasn't too far out either again. It was like right in the face. All right. Back to that chat. Yep. Teresa, what's going on? How you doing, Teresa? Teresa says hi. Let's see, Gimme, what's going on? Gimme says, just ordered me a boat for 3.8K. Awesome, my friend. I hope you have fun with it. Go out there and catch some big ones. Let's see, Richard says dinner. Yeah, I've got one in the bag, John, Rich. Let's see, John says, I'm a St. Louis native also. Yep, born and raised. 58 years, my friend. If you ever want to get out fishing, you're in the St. Louis area, just let me know. We do fishing in and around St. Louis. We get some big buffalo, common carp, brass carp, blue cat flathead down on the Mississippi River, largemouth, channel catfish, rainbow trout. In this lake, some big crappie, and another lake right over there. We fish all over St. Louis, my friend. Yeah, if you're native to St. Louis, you'll know about O'Fallon Park. Yeah, this is a little lake right off of Highway 70, so it's pretty easy to find. I mean, I can see Highway 70 right from here, so that's how close we are to her. And if you go a little bit over to that direction, you can actually see the Mississippi River. Now, it's way down that way, but you can see it. See 24 people in, let's see, and 49 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you. Stick bass. Yeah, that was a stick bass, a tree fish, a 3.5 pounder. Might have been 3.25. I'm sure there's some bass down here. I just haven't quite figured out how to get the little stinkers to hit yet. I could put on a little smaller rooster tail, I guess. I've got some smaller ones in here. My bass size, I guess, is a little bit too big for them right now. I save that for lakes like Fairgrounds that have, on average, 4 and 5 pound bass. This one has some like nice 7 and 8 pounders in it, but not many. I mean, you might go this entire lake, you might find one. Got him. Find one out there. Popped off. Oh well. Adam there for a minute, folks. Just popped off on me. Looked like another little channel catfish. I don't know why that one popped off. Sometimes they do. You'll get them like in the very edge of the lip sometimes, and that little skin and meat there, it'll pop off. It happens. If you're new to the channel, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share us out. It helps out the channel so much, my friends. I don't like it. That's like 3 little kernels and 1 big one on there. It's like, it makes it weird. They seem to be right on the edge where the wind and the stuff starts right there. I was right in the middle of tying a rooster tail on this sucker hit. Biting already. I saw that. Stinker. So as soon as it's the water that time. Oh, stinker hit it as soon as it hit the bottom that time. Popped it. Come on. Oh. Yeah, you see why I always reel it in slowly, right? Started popping it on the way in. Yep. Back. Well, let me tie this rooster tail on. Those are geese behind you guys that are doing kamikazes into the lake. Lazy butts can go over there or a little bit further to the right where there's a walkway for them. Nope, they got to just jump off the edge. Nice one. Just hit the surface out there. Let me throw the tag in real quick. I'm gonna fish right back there. Crap. That can sometimes be the hardest thing. I hate bringing clippers down to lakes because I always lose the suckers. Seriously, I do too. That was oh, that bite from over there. Lines. I reeled that 3 times and he popped it. Back to that check. 23 people in, 50 thumbs up, awesome folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, looked pretty good for chat. Rooster tail just does not like to spin. Makes no sense either because it looks fine. I got it again. Pop, come on. Dang it. Nipped at it, missed it. Spin it perfectly. Good. Birds are going nuts again. It's amazing how you can cast a rooster tail out there and not get one pop. Spin it perfectly. No reason why. The wind's dying a little bit, folks. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Man, that's how easy that sucker picks up some crap. You got bottles on the bottom? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on the bottom.
Oh, you just fish with the bobber, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not working the bottom. I have a whack word. I got one bluegill and one trout.
Not a whole lot. Three trout and one channel catfish for me so far, so.
Yeah. Catfish is a minute.
Kind of makes you want to wonder what they're doing down here. Dip at it again. I just built that little stinker and dip at it once. Probably a bluegill or crappie. I'd love to find out. One more cast and I'll come check that cat, okay? Look how fast I'm reeling that. It's not spinning. That didn't count. But I got that all the way into the bank. I got it right into the bank. Not even. Back and check that chat. What's going on? 17 people in, 54 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Richard says dinner. See, Deborah, what's going on? How you doing? Deborah says hello, MVP. How you doing, Deborah? Appreciate you coming in and visiting, my friend. See, Pavel, what's going on? How you doing, Pavel? Pavel says hi. Hey, Pavel. Ken, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Ken CC. Let me make sure to get you a sub. And I'll pop that bell to make sure I get back to you when I get back to my main account, my friend. All right, let's see. 12 people in, 54 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are kind of slow today, folks. I'll admit it, but we still managed to catch 3 rainbow trout in a channel cast. Terrible cast. Terrible, terrible, terrible. really lower. We've gotten twice as many bites as I've gotten today so far. Had to get one piece of crap. It'll make it stand better. These guys are just slow to hit today. It was 90 yesterday, and it's in the 40s today, so that's a big change in temperature. It really is a big change in temperature from one day to the next. In fact, it's less than 24 hours. It's been like 16 hours and like almost let's see, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, that's 50 degrees temperature differential in less than 24 hours. We're looking good, folks. Guys, I know there's got to be a good bass in his corner somewhere, just itching to chase after something. I could actually put on a bass lure, to be honest, if I figure out the right thing to use. Spinnerbait's probably just a little bit too big for the bass in this lake. I haven't ordered any of my little mini Strike King spinnerbaits yet. I mean, that thing's just, the blade is as big as most of the spinnerbaits I use down here. And that's actually the right size of spinnerbait. It just doesn't have a, look what I can do. I can put just like a soft plastic on this. Assuming I've got one that'll work. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Might actually work. I've had this work before like this, where you lose the skirt off the little spinnerbaits. I got a cast this. This might work. I can cast this real slow. I forgot I did have one of my spinnerbaits. I just don't have any skirts to go on it. Oh man, I wish I'd have taken this up to fairgrounds the other day. I forgot I even had this in my box. Now these spinnerbaits do work better with skirts on them, but it's not always necessary. This will pull like a decent sized bass out from underneath this wall. Turn this line in real quick. I know. I gotta get a pair of clippers. I really do. Every time I get one, I lose the suckers. Come on. There we go. All right, the line's trimmed. All right. I forgot I had one of these in here. This is one of my little mini Strike Kings. Now the skirt is worn off, so I just put a little swim bait trailer on that. Hopefully that'll work. I do catch trout on this too sometimes. Cast is right by that edge. I like really work her slow. And she puts out a heck of a lot of vibration, so she'll. Ooh, that felt like a balloon. Still, a freaking pop. Crap on it. How's that look in the water? Very realistic. A little shad. That should work. I'm not giving up on that. Take a couple more casts and I'll project that chat, okay, folks? Really shallow. So those bass can come in there really close by the bank. Right. These guys are being juicy. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Make sure before I refresh this that did you see that? I pulled that out of the water and something snapped at it. I haven't taken a forecast out here yet. Let me put some distance on this. Some of these little suckers might be just moving out. Might be pushed out deeper now. Steady, real quick, make sure she drops slow. Let's check, see what's going on with the check, folks. See 13 people in and 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Manu, what's going on? Fishing with Manu. How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Manu says hi. Let's see, Dorothy, what's going on? How you doing, Dorothy? Dorothy says hello, Mike. How you doing, Dorothy? We've caught 3 rainbow trout and a channel catfish so far, so it's with a 50-degree temperature differential from yesterday to today. Hey, that's not too bad as far as, you know, jumping up and down temperatures are concerned. It can make things pretty tricky to get any bites. All right, 16 people in, 57 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Dorothy says, I'm good, thank you. Hope you're well. Chest is a little sensitive, and I'm catching up with things. But besides that, I'm doing okay. I cracked a few ribs the other day on the rocks down there, so I had to spend about a week healing up. Did it again. Well, that might work. Little mini spinnerbait. It's a little big for trout, but not for bass. And crappie, like a half-pound crappie will pulverize this sucker. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of windy out here. It's about, 10, 15 mile per hour winds today, about 45 degrees, so it's a little cool. A little cool to say the least, folks. Oh, that's up. How the heck did I miss that fish? I just had a good pop right by the packet again. 27 people in, let's see, and 57 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you. I would love to go down here by this corner. Let that corn soak for a minute. Come back here and see if there's any bass back here in the shallows. I can really get shallow with this little spinner bait. I just wanted to give this a shot back here. Smaller ones like this little mini spinnerbait. Figured I should grab it. That was just an idea. I thought I'd go back there and try that. That wasn't much of a potential, but I thought it might be possible. Probably still too early for them to be in the shallows chasing a spinnerbait or something like that. Probably just a little bit too early. Too early in the season. Turn it around just a little bit. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's irritating. All right, let's come check that chat, see what's going on. People 158 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Your camera angle is pretty good. Yeah, see out there there deep. I'm just not getting anything out there deep. Garbage. It's garbage. And a clean hook. Huh. Oh, maybe I did get a bite over there while I was messing around. My hook's been cleaned off for the most part. Guess I better take one more cast out there. I wish I'd have remembered I had that spinnerbait over in the fairgrounds last time I was up there. They really go nuts for that spinnerbait over there. You can literally see I've worn all the paint off the sucker, and I tore up the skirt. I've replaced it 3 or 4 times. I think still's catching them. Caught a couple big drum down on it on the river a couple times too. We're gonna give them a little something out here. What the heck? They're being stubborn. Give them a little taste of something out here. Might bring in some catfish. Like to see a couple pound catfish come out of here right now. All right, 15 people in and 58 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can sit my foot down here for a minute. Talk to you guys. Let that line soak out there for a bit. Let's see, Chris says, hello, everyone. How you doing, Chris? Dorothy says, hello, Chris. Welcome back. Yes, sir. Welcome back in, my friend. Hope dinner went okay. Yeah, you guys notice I set pretty close to the camera here, so guys. I know it's a little windy. Even with the wind block on, you guys are going to be a little bit of at a disadvantage for hearing you. Oh, bite. Let's bite out their knee. Man, I told you that was out there. Nice rainbow trout. Come here, buddy. Another nice one. 4th of the day. 4 rainbow trout and a channel cat. We're still catching them, folks. Just got to give me time to find out where the heck these suckers are. They look like they're scattered today. There'll be a couple over there and a couple over there. And well, there's a pretty one there, folks. Very, very healthy. Awesome spots on this one. Gorgeous fishy, folks. Why, dude? They just wait till you relax your hands. It's like, okay, this fish is going to be nice. No, he's not. Quit. You're making me paranoid, fish. He wouldn't stop. Gorgeous fishy, folks. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta love it. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell you what, let me get this rod back out and I come back and check that cat again. Wake up. A number of times I've done that where I let them go and they, because the water temperature is so, it's much colder out here than the water temperature is, so they're getting shocked for a second. Because that water temperature is warm compared to the air right now. It's 45 degrees out here. That water temperature is probably in the mid-50s. That was out there quite a bit, so that's a good sign they're out there deeper too. All right, there we go, folks. That chap. Here's coming down. What the heck? Hang on, folks. We got to do a little bit of racing here. Here's what's coming down. That's better. All right. Scroll off our own live feed there. 21 people in. Let's see. 59 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Chris says, yep, nice healthy fish. That was a healthy one. Let's see. Yakin, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Yakin says, hi, Dorothy. Yakin says, MVP, hello. Hello, buddy. How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Chris says, thanks, Dorothy. Let's see, Chris says, Yakin. Chris says, all right, I got that. Let's see, Deborah, what's going on? Hi, Deborah says, nice rainbow. Let's see, Chris says, Hurley. Hurley, what's going on? Hurley says, trout look tasty. Yeah, I got one in the bag right now, so we're just, unless I need him to eat, we try to keep only the ones we're gonna take home and eat today. That way we save them for other people to catch too. Let's see, Dorothy says, hello, Joey. Hurley says, Chris, Dorothy. Let's see, Joey, what's going on? Joey says, good afternoon, Mike and everyone. Good afternoon, my friend. Hope you're enjoying enjoying the show, my friend. See, we've caught 4 rainbow trout and a channel catfish so far today. Not our best day, but heck, we've done a lot worse. And who knows, they could start up hitting any minute. We had a massive temperature differential from yesterday to today, so I think they're feeling that a little bit in their bones. Let's see, it was 92 degrees for a high yesterday. It's 45 degrees right now. So that doesn't bode well. So far, Chris asks. I see 4 channel catfish, Chris, and rainbow trout. No, 4 rainbow trout and a channel catfish. I got that reversed, so. Also had a couple pretty good pops on a bass lure. I haven't been able to get them suckers hooked up yet. They're still pretty inactive in here. Let's see, surf casting, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Surf casting says hello. 17 people in, 62 thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friends. Yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a different angle today. Really asks, you're around St. Louis, right? I was always thinking you're around Kansas. No, this is St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, you're right. Oh, this is O'Fallon Park, just right off of Highway 70. It's a pretty easy lake to find. All right, I think we're good for chat for a minute. I'm gonna set that down right there. Yeah, I had a couple pops on this, like Colorado spinnerbait, but I couldn't get them hooked up. They were probably rolling at it. A lot of times, this time of the year, you'll get bass hooked on the side of the heads because they're not actually eating the bait; they're just kind of swiping at it. They'll take a run at it to try and wound it, and if they get it wounded, then they'll come in and gobble it up. They're just a little lazy still. A little cold, a little lethargic still, I believe. Yeah, that's a term, lethargic. Yeah, besides the guy to the left of me, this lake is pretty much vacant. There's no one else fishing her. But it is Monday, so you know how that can be. That's a good bass. He's going to be right on the edge of this. Like, come on. Oh, you little stinker, man. Oh, he was still on there too. Oops. He was running in with it, obviously, or something. You don't watch the rod on this one, because if they get to the rod tip, you're too late. You watch the line. When that line starts to tighten up on its own, you got to get to it before it gets to that rod tip. Maybe they're just moved out deeper. I don't know. That would actually make sense for once. Usually these guys do whatever the heck they want. But with changing water temperatures and weather conditions, it would make sense for them to push out a little deeper. And it's supposed to be in the 60s tomorrow. We can try to river tomorrow. Today it was going to be pretty dang cold, so I figured cold and windy would be a better day to come out here, just get the lines wet, fish for some trout, maybe get a nice catfish, maybe a big old carp. You never know. There are some massive carp in this lake, and I was catching some of them at fairgrounds. Try some boxes over here to the left a little bit, out there a little deeper. Just kind of slow roll that out deep. Maybe I can see him in it. Got him. Popped off on me. Dang. Sheesh. Who missed that? Interesting. Wonder why I missed that. Weird. Been having a few of them popping out today too, for some reason. Just probably put a single hook on this. The bobber just drifted weightless with a bobber over here. Sounds like a plan. I had a couple pops with the spinnerbait, but I don't think they're... They could have been trout too. This is a little bit too big of a lure for them trout to be getting into their mouths. Need a single hook if I could find one in here. Oh, why do I do that, Michael? Make sure you break off that suckers before you start messing with stuff. I saw one. I saw a single hook. Where you little stinker? There you are. Yeah, I'll probably put a weighted bobber on this one because that wind is going to blow a weightless one right into the bank in a heartbeat. I think I've got a weighted bobber in my bag here. Yeah, there's a weighted bobber. It doesn't matter how unorganized you are, as long as you know where everything is, right? Doesn't matter if things are scattered all over the place, as long as you remember where they are. Now, if you don't remember where they are and everything's, you know, organized, it doesn't really matter. You can be the most organized person in the world, and if you don't remember where everything is, that ain't gonna do you much good. Probably way too deep. Yeah, that's about right, actually. You guys are enjoying the show, my friends. By the way, if you guys want to donate, PayPal and Cash App's linked in the description on my main channel. It's the end of the month. Anything you can provide will help. If you do, if you don't, that's okay. I just thought I'd mention it. That was a pop. That's what I get for not looking. Stinker? And now finally starting to get active. Halfway through the friggin' day. Terrible cast. My back is so cold. Let me check that chat, see what's going on. I'm trying to move it up, you know, step my game up a little bit with chat. And see, Chris says surf. Really says gotcha. Really says I'm from the other side of the state. All right, I got you, my friend. I see 679. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Yes, sir, please. No spamming chat. See, Chris says, don't forget to like and share live out. Yeah, it definitely helps the channel, Chris. Thank you, my friend. Make sure our stuff's good there. Just put off there for a moment. Still doing it. I'm sure it's not a cell phone. No, we're okay. Yeah, we're okay. Where's that bob? Totally lost track of it. We're getting a couple bites out there. It's just slow down there for a second. See what's going on with it. Bite. I see him. I don't with it. Why? Get a bite that. Put a couple of fresh meat and a piece of corn on her. You never know, there could have been something funny tasting about that, those kernels. Never know. Better off to just replace it. Yeah, I've got one little bobber sitting there, just weightless on the bottom. Just kind of sitting there. I'm gonna see. We're looking good again, folks. Yeah, it's still early spring, folks. You know, when it starts getting a little warmer, we start getting down on the river again. We'll be getting some more big river brutes and some big river monsters. But on a cold, windy day like this, you're better off just to get out to your local pond or whatever. A little bit more comfortable, not that much to be honest, and just get out and wet the lines, right, folks? Come on, got him, folks. Yeah, that's out there deep, so I gotta fight these guys a little softer. This is only my 4-pound test, so What do we got? Another catfish. Hi, meow, meow. Here, buddy. Yeah, that's a pound. Easy there. Here, buddy. That's over a pound there. Yep, corn out there deep. Almost out there to that tree. Yeah, that's over a pound there, folks. That's over a pound there, folks. That's a gorgeous channel. So that's four rainbow trout, and this is our second channel catfish. And boy, is he fat. Man, you've been eating my corn for friggin' 20 minutes, haven't you? Stinker. And that's a really nice channel catfish, too. Beautiful. Boy, these guys have got those really, really beautiful spots on them. All right, buddy. You got that right on the top of the jaw yet. Just get down there right where that hook is. Push back on that with our fingertip. And up. Oh, man. It's stuck in there, wasn't it? Surprising that hook without a barb can stick that good. All right, there we go, folks. Hook is out of him. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. See you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me get this rod back out and I'll come check that chat, okay, folks? I know I've been casting, you know, around all over the place. And look, I got one right by the bank, ain't getting much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know.
We are back in. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I'm just set up here. I don't want to carry everything all the way down there. Now I'm already set up.
Like me, I ain't there. Like me,
I just think they're shocked from the water temperature and all this change in conditions we've been having recently.
Yeah.
It's 90-something degrees yesterday around noon, and by, what is it, dark, it was like 45 or something?
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad.
That's too fast. That'll shock the fish and kill them. That fast. Here we go, folks. That wasn't out nearly as far as our last cast, but I think I'll let her set there for a minute. I think I'll let that set there for a minute. What's going on in chat here? Let's see, Chris says, nice one. Chris says, Danny. Yeah, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's see, Denny says, hi, Chris. Denny says, Justin has difficulties with having difficulties with his live. Dang, yeah, that happens after a while. You haven't done a live feed in a little bit. They have to kind of reset your stuff. Hopefully it'll clear up, though. Let's see, Denny says, all black now. Dang. Let's see, Denny asked, what's the score? Let's see, 4 rainbow trout and 2 channel catfish so far, Danny. 9 people in, 68 thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not as many as a lot of times, but we're getting some really interesting weather today. The last couple of days. Really, really fast changing conditions. And this stuff come out of nowhere. We didn't get any storms or nothing to change the weather. They just changed. Got him. He's on there, folks. Oh, that's a bigger. Oh, popped off. Man, that was a bigger channel. Dang. That was a 3.5, 4 pound channel catfish. Man. Oh yeah, nice bluegill. Or is that a crappie? Oh. Man, that was a big channel catfish, folks. He hit it, he just sat there with it. He didn't move the line. So I didn't set the hook. Man, that was a big catfish. That was a 3.5, 4 pound catfish. That was river size there. Crap. Hopefully I didn't spook him too much. All I did was pull him to the surface. That would have been a nice one. I wouldn't have been able to pull that one in. I would have had to reach down to get him. Yeah, maybe I've gotten enough bait in the water. They're just smelling it, right?
Yeah.
I probably got a half a can of corn, or I've just been setting the hook and missing them. So that bait does add up after a while. Bobber just got him. Whoa. That's a nice rainbow. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, that's a nice one there.
That's a nice rainbow there, folks. That's a... Whoa, buddy, whoa. That's our 3rd, 4th, 3, 4. Yeah, this is our 5th rainbow trout so far, and we've also caught 2 channel catfish. So 5 rainbow trout in a channel. We've had worse days out here, folks. Dude, seriously. Sheesh. Good googly, man. Wow. This fish just will not sit still. Man, it's got some steelhead blood in it. Yeah, he's got a little mark on the side of his body, but that's our 5th rainbow trout so far, folks. Number 5. I'll probably take that one home too. I don't want to make sure that one's okay. A gorgeous one, folks. That's the 2nd one we've caught. What is wrong with you, fish? What? Jeez, dude, maybe I should let this one go. See you, buddy. Thank you. Heck, I'll just let that one go. Yeah, that one's just going nuts, man. Now that was on the bobble right by the bank.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like usual, these fish do what they want. They don't make no sense. I wouldn't doubt they wouldn't turn down some corn out there. Then again, you're more likely to get those trout on it too. So I know you caught enough trout, like me. I think we're growing gills with the amount of trout we've eaten this year. Hang on, folks. Let me get this rod back out and I'll come check that chat, okay? Yeah, if you remember, Danny, the first time I went live after like 2 weeks without, during the winter time, I started that live feed for about the first 4 or 5 minutes, the audio was gone. So it's YouTube's way of checking to make sure that that channel is still, especially when you haven't gone live for a while. It actually says that in Google that a lot of times if you haven't gone feed for a while, it'll glitch on you. It might clear up if he kills the feed and brings it back on. It might not, though. Nice. Yeah, that's about the size of the ones I was getting over there. Minnow or waxworm?
Blackbird.
Nah, that's not a fish. That's garbage. Stick bass. Stick bass and a chunk of rock. Yeah, that's what people use for weights down here. They just tied a chunk of rock on. I'll throw it away on my way back to the. There's a Oliver speared again. On again. Back up. I'm working on it, folks. Just give me a minute here. Starting to get a few bites now. Oh, back up again. And I want you popping it and dropping it. Heck, that one's the problem is. I think we're back, folks. Back to that chat, see what's going on. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, Danny. Let's see, Scooter, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Scooter says MVP. Scooter says hello, everyone. Dorothy says hello, Scooter. Scooter says hello, Dorothy. Mrs. Scooter, what's going on? How you doing, Mrs. Scooter? Mrs. Scooter says hello, MVP in chat. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, Miss Scooter. Let's see, Scooter says nice. Chris says hello, Scooter and family. Let's see, Scooter says Chris. 15 people in and 70 thumbs up. Just awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we look good, folks. Yeah, so I can pop that 3 or 4 times and just see what he did to it. Yeah, just knock the one kernel off and knock the rest of the corn up the hook. Stinker. Yeah, I had to put it out there weightless. Just came back up again. Man, they're good at just taking that bobber down and bringing it right back up. Yeah. Like I kept running in with it. I wonder why I hate using bobbers out here sometimes, because they'll pull it under and they'll keep whacking at it. Even with the bobber under, they'll just keep dropping it. 4, 5, 6 rainbow trout and 2 channel catfish. That's not too bad. Bobber looks good. We might have to change the camera around here, folks, because I know how the glare is going to keep getting to you guys. Because the glare is getting to me now, too. Much clearer from this angle. Then again, I think the sun's about to go bye-bye. If the sun goes away, we won't have to worry about it at all. Because it's already kind of dark. I could see this without too much help. Back up. We're going to recast this one. And then I'll sit down with you guys for a spell. Yeah, I'll sit down with you guys for a spell here. Give me a chance to rest my legs up here for a minute. 14 people and 71 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Just let me know if that glare is bothering you guys. I can turn the camera around a bit. I don't think it's doing too bad though. We're starting to lose the rest of our sun. There's the bobber. There's the line. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, my friends. I hope you're having a great Monday. Yeah, that actually changes in temperatures can actually get your body all tight and stiff. I really wasn't feeling it today to go out fishing, but I was like, I might as well go out. It's better sitting around the house. Feel better now. I've been sitting out here for a little bit. Sun can help you out. Get you in a better mood, better frame of mind. Back up every time I come over here. Every time I come back over there, that comes right back up. Every single time. You're like freaking good at doing that. That was a bite on that one. I saw that line tighten and you hit it again. You're good at grabbing this stuff and not getting hooked. I think Missouri Department of Conservation train these guys before they stock them on how to grab a hook without getting hooked. There's another one that just, after messing with it, he just grabbed it, took off. Be one of these days where I probably have to take the bobber off this one too and cast it out there weightless or something. This is really tricky in the wind to do. Just take the bobber off all together and cast it out there weightless. It's hard enough to get it out there, much less to get a bite on it. Much less to see a bite. But the wind is at our back, so hopefully that'll help. Pretty good. Could be up a little higher. Just making it a bit of a nuisance. It really is. A lot of these bites, by the time I recognize they're bites, it's too late. They're already let go. The glare, I cannot see from over here. I'm going to have to set on these guys. 16 people in, 72 thumbs up. Appreciate it, my friends. Presses. There we go. Bye. Sticker started hitting it. Grab a lot of that corn off again. Saw that. Come on. Picked it up again. Picked it up, dropped it. Heck. Hooks around the. I don't believe that. Look at that. Freaking messed me up so bad. I got that fish hooked too. Got him, folks. It's just had a little malfunction there. All right, there we go. There's number 7. And another nice little half-pounder. There's number 7, folks. Another gorgeous rainbow trout, folks. Number 7. Gotta love it, folks. Yeah, I'll definitely keep this one. So that'll be 2. Okay. There's a shad on the top of the water. Man, I wish that would come closer. The shad. It ain't dead either, but it don't look. It's not looking so good. This one's back. This is back out here too, because I messed up. Dropped her right by the bank and get snagged. That's that stupid rocks. They just chunks of rebar and stuff they threw there. Just, every time you get near with anything, it's going to grab onto your line. Steven lost one of his jig heads yesterday with that crap. It's pretty good, folks. Back out again too. Alrighty. Thanks, Chris. It's just a little windy today, folks. Just a little brisk. A little bit of a breeze. Just a little windy. Leonardo, what's going on? How you doing? Leonardo just says, I appreciate it, my friend. We're looking good, folks. All right. We've been in for, what is it? Just over 3 hours and 4 minutes. I think we're going to call it for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We caught, let's see, well, yeah, 3 hours sounds like a good for Monday. I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We caught 7 rainbow trout and 2 nice channel catfish today. Let's see, False North, what's going on? How you doing, False North? Hi and bye, Jason. Yeah, rest up, folks. Hi, Jason. Hi and bye. I appreciate you and my friends. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, my friend, and I hope your weekend goes great. Your weekday goes great. I'm just gonna have my own good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.